guys, welcome to another episode of Nostalgia Fitting Cars Video Edition, and we're here at Lake County on the Dead River, just outside of Eustis, Florida, actually Lake Eustis. And I'm here with my good friend Don Kerr, who's got this stunning, amazing 1929 Sea-Lyon. It's a 28-foot boat. Don, why don't you come over here for a second? Sure. My good friend Don, tell us a little bit about this 1929 Sea-Lyon.
Oh, it's a great boat. It's kind of a tank. It's 28 feet long. Still has the original engine, which is 675 cubic inch flathead 6. So it's a real torquey engine that goes nice and slow. The boat was built primarily for wealthy New York bankers and was developed because it could ride a little higher in the water than some of the other boats at the time, so that clients would stay drier. The boat's 90% original. It's never really been restored. It's been kept in great shape all these years.
And you were telling us earlier that there's somewhere around 100 boats that were built originally, and this is one of maybe 8 to 10 that's still known to exist?
Yeah, we know where there are 8 boats, and we think there may be 1 or 2 that are still, somebody's playing with and trying to develop and trying to restore them. But yeah, they built less than 100, and this is what's left. So this is one of 2 of this model left in the world.
Excellent. Here, let's walk over and take a look at the stern of the boat. Obviously, we're very patriotic. We have an American flag on it because it's an American boat. Sea-Lyon happens to be the manufacturer, but Sea-Lyon also happens to be the name of the boat. Single exhaust. We'll be taking this thing out for a little cruise in a little bit. Let's walk up and take a look at the bow of this boat. Actually, Bobby, you know what? Maybe you can reach over here and just take a shot of the engine, because you can see the massive 600 and how many cubic inches?
675.
675 cubic inch motor. What would you say the horsepower is on this?
About 275. This is called a Model 40, and the reason they named it that is the boat was supposed to go 40 miles an hour in 1929.
Which was fast by 1929 standards.
1929 standards, that was flying. Yeah, you can have a dozen people in this thing going 40 miles an hour.
Take a look at the workmanship. Is this mahogany?
Yes.
All built on mahogany, handcrafted, built in America. Beautiful boat. Take a look at the stern, or the bow, rather. Stern's in the back. Beautiful. I think what we should do now is I think we should take this thing for a spin.
Oh, he's Go ahead and hop in, and I'll just push out.
You want to shove off? Come on in there, Bobby.
Yeah, that's right.
Hold on. There you go. There's the motor. There's another shot of it. As we're shoving away from Palm Gardens Restaurant, say hi to our onlookers. See, everybody's having a good time here. There it goes. Here, Bobby. Basically, we're in the Dead River. Is that where we're at, Don?
Yeah, we're in the Dead River. We're coming up to Lake Eustis, and we're going to go through Lake Eustis for a little bit, and then we're going to go through the Dora Canal and go into Dora Lake, or Lake Dora, Florida.
Well, stick around, folks, because we're going to have some beautiful scenery coming up. Tell us a little bit about the boat and the controls right here a little bit.
Sure. Well, I have my hand on the throttle right in the center of the steering wheel, so you can see if I give her a little more throttle, she speeds up, but we're in a kind of a no-wake zone. This is the lever that you use. It's only got forward and reverse, so that's forward, reverse is back this way, that's neutral. So now we're in forward. Ignition switch, light switch. Tachometer's off being rebuilt right now, but that's an oil pressure gauge on the left, ammeter in the center, and temperature on the right.
Pretty simple back in the day.
Yeah.
And this boat is 100% all wood.
Yeah, well, metal for this stuff. Yeah, it's mahogany, and the frames that are what the mahogany is screwed onto is ash, white ash. So they wanted the real hardwood of the white ash to hold the boats together, make them sturdy.
So that's the structural part of it, right?
And then the mahogany to make it beautiful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
here at Lake Eustis. How big is this lake roughly, would you say?
You know, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. It's pretty good size. You can see the downtown Eustis is kind of off in the distance this way to the right. You go over this way, you get to a canal that leads to a river, and you can basically jump from lake to lake through a series of canals and locks all the way from, I mean, we're 22 miles from Disneyland in Central Florida right now. You can drive this boat all the way to the Atlantic Ocean through a series of locks and dams and canals.
That's absolutely
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
We're all having a good time here today.
So, give us some statistics on the, let's say, like, how much fuel does this boat hold?
Yeah, they didn't have fuel gauges, so if you were in the back cockpit, incidentally, is called the mother-in-law cockpit.
Mother-in-law cockpit,
That's
okay.
Yeah, and that's because that's the wettest place in the boat.
Gotcha.
You don't like the mother-in-law, you stick her back there.
Kind of like a rumble seat on a car,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
So the fuel tank is behind that. We have a big stick that you measure the fuel with. It's got some marks on it that have been graded so that you know about how many gallons. I think it holds about 45 gallons.
Okay. How much does a boat like this weigh?
A lot.
A lot. So
I think the boat and the motor without the trailer is probably close to 5,000 pounds.
okay, 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's realistic. Now you said that there's a chain of lakes. So basically, what we're coming up on now, there's a little canal here that goes between here. Is it Lake Harris or Lake Dora?
We're going to Lake Dora.
Okay.
And I think originally a lot of these canals were, you know, just little waterway inlet things that were natural. I mean, they grew there. But over the years, especially in the early days of the citrus farming, they developed the canals. They dredged them and made them wider and deeper and stuff so that they could float barges from town to town in order to get their orange crops out to a railroad location. So we're blessed to have just a tremendous network of all of these waterways, and we can just go from lake to lake. There are lots of restaurants on the water. It's really terrific.
It's pretty amazing.
Here's the entrance coming up to the Dora Canal. So we're going to go underneath the bridge on Highway 441, but then we'll be in a very pristine area for maybe a half a mile, where it really looks like, I'm told, the original Florida. It's there's no development of any kind in it. It's just filled with cypress trees and lots of wildlife, a lot of bird life, and it's just a really special place to be able to cruise through.
I think you're right, and I think what this does is these are, what are these called? This is not mangroves over here, is it?
No.
Or
Those
is
are
it
just
like
cattails. They're
cattails? Okay.
Yeah.
And but this gives people kind of a really, really good idea of what old original Florida looked like back in the day before it was developed.
I think so.
This is some incredible scenery back in here, and very, very natural and undisturbed and totally left to nature.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the plant life, there's a lot of plant life that you'll see growing wild here that looks like people's houseplants. Obviously, there's lots of ferns, and I'm not much of a plant expert, but it's just very pretty.
This is incredible.
Here comes a tour boat. So that operates out of downtown Mount Dora. You can come book a cruise on the tour boat, and there's a captain who's telling these people all the things that I don't know.
He's narrating just like you are, Don.
He's probably better at it.
It's fun. There are a couple bass fishermen.
Yeah.
And a speedy little bass boat. Oh yeah.
They're so weird. When they're in the water, they just look like a snake.
Don, we sure appreciate you taking us out in your boat for the afternoon, and this is absolutely incredible scenery here.
Well, I'm glad to have you guys along. One of the things that a lot of people don't know about Central Florida is this area has one of the largest concentration of these antique wooden boats in the world.
Really?
It has a very active chapter of an international association called the ACBS, the Antique Classic Boat Society. A bunch of people get together to just enjoy old wooden boats and restoring them and keeping them going. We have a huge boat show the last weekend of March every year in Mount Dora. Well, it was in Mount Dora, now it's in Tavares at Wooten Park last weekend of March. And we'll get a couple hundred of these antique wooden boats all together at one time, and for the grand total of $5, you can come see them all.
Wow. Now, what else do they do there? Do they have like the boat show? There's boat races too. Don't they have boat races and a big swap meet and parts and all kinds of stuff?
Yeah, the weekend before they have an antique classic boat race, and then the weekend of the big show there's a big sponsor program where people that have things to sell can have booths, and they sell boats, they sell pieces, parts, and we have a swap meet area that other vendors can sell different things. It's like a giant carnival. It's a great carnival.
Wow.
People come from all over. That's how I ended up here. My wife and I lived 19 years in Arizona. I was a fan of wooden boats. We came to the wooden boat show here, and we came one year, had a great time. We came the second year and said, why don't we move there? And here we are.
Here you are.
Have a tour boat.
Well, that pretty much sums it up. We're here in Mount Dora. We're near Mount Dora, in Lake County. We're in this amazing 1929 boat, Sea-Lyon, 28-footer, beautiful boat, cockpit in the front, cockpit in the back, and the mother-in-law seat in the very back. So you guys can see it back there. The engine's in the middle. We're having a great time. Our good friend Don's gracious enough to take us out and take us to a great place to eat, Palm Gardens Restaurant.
Yeah.
I want to thank all my viewers and listeners for tuning in. Don't forget, check out our weekly radio show, Nostalgic Radio and Cars. You can hear it every Tuesday night on the Can Talk Radio Network. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at NRC.